I'm the team leader at Roger Williams.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I am the service leader at Roger Williams, and we're going to talk to you today a little bit about how the pregame, which is a set of morning programs for our attendance initiative, came about.
So initially our morning greeting, which is a time between 7:30 and 8, we would just greet the students, kind of chat with them, sit with them, just figure out how their day's going, and it was really casual. I know for a lot of core members it was kind of awkward, especially in the beginning of the year when we didn't even know the students. And so we really were looking for something more structured that was actually going to markedly improve their attendance, because as much as a positive, good atmosphere is important in the morning, by itself it wasn't really producing results that we were hoping for. One of our core members, Emmeline, she created this drawing club on Monday and Thursday mornings where she would just come down with all her supplies and just invite kids to draw with her and do little crafts. And she really liked it because it gave her some structure in the morning, and then the kids really liked it because it was something different to do in the morning just besides sitting there. And so I was talking with Casey, the team leader from Del Sesto Middle School, and she was saying that she created this idea for a morning menu of programs so that there would be a lot of options for different students. And so using her idea and kind of building off Emmeline's drawing club, we created the pregame, which offers a total of 8 different activities.
So the way it works is that we compiled a list of 108 students with poor attendance, 75 of whom we've already worked with since the beginning of the year, and we gave them this morning program with a list of all the programs that we provide in the pregame, and those students are allowed to attend the pregame. Now, we noticed that a lot of students who were not on the list wanted to join, so we made a system where a student who was on the list can bring a buddy, and it created a really cool situation where students were holding each other accountable, because if your friend doesn't come and you're not on the list, you can't participate either, and it's created a really
the first
cool
line is
situation.
Our pregame students, and then the bottom line is the entire school, so it includes the pregame students as well. So although the pregame students they started higher, their improvement in attendance is much more dramatic compared to the whole school.
The 44 that have come have been absolutely amazing, and 77% of those have improved their attendance in the 6 weeks of pregame. The pregame started March 14th, and so we compared 6 weeks of the pregame to the 6 weeks before, and we saw that the students who participated, their average increase in attendance for those 6 weeks was 6%, whereas the whole school's average increase was only 1.4%. And so that shows that the kids that are coming are definitely, the pregame's doing a lot to really make them excited to come and have something consistent and have some structure so that they do have a reason to come every morning if they don't have other reasons, such as friends or schoolwork or something else. So if nothing else, they have the pregame to look forward to. And so we have that kind of quantitative data, and then we have a ton of qualitative data with stories from different students who really would never come, but then once they found the program, they're there every day, the first one in line. And then the core members who work with the students in the classroom have seen that the kids are more alert, they're more willing to talk and work with the core members because they see them in a different setting. And so really we've seen a lot of success, and we're looking forward to just pushing this even more. And so we appreciate all the support that we've gotten.
Thank you.
Spending a half hour before school, greeting students, heading outside, engaging in conversation, trying to sort of approach them in groups, and I think for a lot of us it felt really awkward, and for me personally it felt a really stressful experience, because especially the first couple months, you don't know any of these kids, and they obviously don't know you. It was sort of hey, well, please include me in your conversation.
Yeah.
I think that
Already there's one thing, they are higher than the rest of the school. The 6th week I think was meant to illustrate that not only are they higher, but they're improving at a higher rate than the ones that aren't. The whole school is improving, but not at the same rate as the previous.
By doing this, we got X number of kids, X percentage off of the list in a 6-week period. Right, I think that's really cool.
We're not only focusing on students with bad attendance, but also we appreciate the students that have good attendance. And I also make phone calls home to the students with good attendance to just tell the parents thanks and just appreciate the effort of bringing that children to school on time.
They see that I can shoot a basketball, they're like, whoa, she's cool, and so for me to work with them in class, we get to class and they're like, oh my gosh, you totally beat Michael, they're really into it, and then I'm like, yeah, let's do math, and they're like, okay.
And I get so many students that come up, they're like, I'm not on there, but I want to go. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, it's only this list. And they're like, well, I'm going to stop coming to school so I can go to the pregame. And I'm like the random kids that are playing together. And I'm like, wow, they would not really be hanging out otherwise. So it's really cool that kids that you wouldn't think would normally spend time together, and they're all like bonding over chess.
This mini Connect board game is awesome, and I got it because I go pregame, and he was just like telling everyone, and so he's been like a huge pregame like cheerleader for us, and it's been really great. And I've like talked to his dad before about how positive he is in class and how like on task he is, and he comes ready to learn, and he's like really respectful to adults most days. And his dad was like, wow, like I can't believe you're telling me that change I've seen in him more is just like focus and like behavior change and like getting other kids interested in like what he's doing.
That's so cool.
So he is a student that prior to coming to the pregame, she liked to come to school late. She would either sleep in class or she would walk to the store, get breakfast, which consisted of like chips and unhealthy stuff for her. She would come in late because of that, and she wasn't consistent at all with getting to school on time, and we weren't connecting that well. Whenever I would try to talk to her, Miss, I'm tired, and she would put her head right back down. And so I knew that Marlene would like to sing, and so once I started the Glee Club initiative, I invited her to the pregame, and it took her a while to get into the groove of coming on time. But once I found a song that she told me we should sing, she started coming on time, and her performance just changed and increased for the better. She started coming to class, would try to talk to me in between the curriculum lessons about the songs we just sang in the morning. She started even eating the breakfast with her friends, and so that took away the going to the stores, and she has increased her grade performance, and she's very alert, and she's an awesome student when she comes to Glee Club, and she's a joy to be with and work around. Marlene thinks school is just boring, and so the fact that we sang in the morning really just woke her up for the rest of the day, and she brought her friends along with her, so the friends would just practice during the breaks with her, and that would keep them going throughout the day as well.
It's the narrative that goes along with the numbers that really helps you understand the true impact, because I think the true impact in this program is almost all narrative and all qualitative. There is quantitative impact, that's something you guys should all be proud of, but I think the transformation of the service model to engage kids in school, not just have them show up, but to engage them in school in ways that they find meaningful. You've taught me about City Year, and maybe what we've learned together, what you've taught, our staff, Jordan and Eric and Jenny, and I know Russ was fully knowing what was going on. I mean, it's really been amazing.
Contrived morning that used to exist, where you felt awkward, they felt awkward. That wasn't. I mean, eventually it would go somewhere. Because if you wait 4 months or 5 months, you'll recognize each other enough for it to move forward. But what a way to do it! It's a fast track, and that's what excites me the most, actually, even more than the numbers. So.
And he was like, "Oh, mister, you guys not having pregame?" I'm like, "No, we're probably thinking about putting pregame on Fridays." But and then he just like, "What am I supposed to do today?"